So I found myself a couple of decent trees, about the right distance apart, nothing's going to fall on my head, and they're pretty solid young trees. So today I'm going to be testing out the SnugPak jungle hammock. Now when you unpack the hammock from the stuff sack, it stays attached, which is a nice little feature because the amount of times you land up losing the stuff sack, it gets separated. This is quite handy. It's sewn in and you can put something in it, some drink, a light, whatever, and it's going to stay there on the outside. The actual suspension system of the hammock comprises of these two carabiners which are attached to either end. Now this is the suspension system that SnugPak supplies. It's a pair of Paracord tree hangers, but I think this actually is a very good system. You could exchange it for maybe some whoopee slings or something similar, but it works well. So long as you're aware, you're going to get a little bit of sag with Paracord, and you simply go round the tree and through. It's as quick and easy as that. And we'll do that on both ends. So there you are. That's simple. And with the hammock, with a carabiner at each end, all you do now is you hook into any one of these preset ties. So that's in effect your adjustment. If you hook it on the furthest one first, okay, so that is the first phase of your hammock, and you could, if you wanted to, sleep in it without the actual net, without the mozzie net over your head. You can turn it around this way and you've got a perfectly working, functionable hammock without a mozzie net. So on each end of the suspension system, what you've got is a double loop of paracord that runs through the end of your hammock, and it's lapped over and it's triple stitched. So this is going to give more than enough support for the weight that's going into the hammock. Now it passes through the carabiner, then your hanging system here, you want to be about 30 degrees, that's going to be about right, and any adjustment we can just move up a notch to suit whatever you want. Now because of the amount of give in paracord, you want it reasonably tight to start off with, because this is going to sag and give a fair bit, but then that will create the correct angle that you want. So that is the initial setup, and that's all you need. From here we want to work on putting up the actual mozzie net so that you're not bitten all night long. In order to support your mozzie net, SnugPak supply you with quite a bit of paracord to put across. I found I didn't really like that method of using paracord. The reason being, paracord is very taut. If you sit on the hammock and you haven't got it set up right, you can potentially rip these off. So I've changed out the paracord and I'm using shock cord, and this is far superior. And if you're going to get this hammock, just do this slight modification and you'll find it works very well. So all I do is, again, I just go around the tree, then feed through the correct side of the loop. And I just personally, I find this a really good way of doing it. And with the shock cord here, I just come around. So you see what I mean? Here we're using shock cord, you've got masses of movement, but it's still holding the mozzie net up. If you go for paracord, you haven't got that movement, and there's always that chance of it ripping. So we do the same to the other side. So this is my initial setup, but the problem we've got is the net itself is close here. So I've done another slight modification. You don't actually get these with SnugPak, but it costs you pennies to make yourself. I've made my own spreader bars. These are just a couple of arrow shafts, and then in either end here I've added an arrow nock either side, and quite simply all I do is put that on each bit of shock cord, and it spreads the top of your hammock out a bit. But this makes this hammock now extremely versatile and extremely usable. Stuff sack on the outside here, again putting your bits and pieces in. It's a double zip, so you've got inside and out just to be able to zip up. It's a fine zip, so you're not going to get anything through it, and look how wide that opens up to. You've got a lot of cloth there to move about. This will take a big person, both in height and general size and weight, but for such a lightweight hammock it really represents a good bit of kit. With this not on your head, that makes a big difference. A lot of people, they get a hammock and they're forever trying to faff around getting the mosquito net off their face. Using this little system is good. This is actually, as I said, a very wide hammock, so you can do a diagonal lay quite easy without any problem whatsoever. Look at the amount of space you've got in here with the mozzie net above you. Although it's sagged, everything is nice and comfortable. There's literally bags of room in here. There's a couple of additional pockets on the mozzie net, which are ideal for putting in a light or adding anything that you want, really. But it certainly feels like a good quality hammock, this one. The SnugPak lightweight jungle hammock. Definitely 2 thumbs up from me. The suspension system is basic, but it works. There's nothing complicated about it. There's no hooks and pulleys and cranks and this and that. Straight round the tree, hook your carabiner onto the relevant position on your tree hanging system. You're practically done. If you do them couple of mods with the shock cord and the arrows to spread this this mozzie net, you've got 100% good system. Now, for colder weather, SnugPak make a under blanket, an insulated under blanket. They also do a cocoon system that gives you extra warmth for them hours during the morning. Around about 3 o'clock in the morning you get that dampness come up and you can get a very cold back. I've only really used this for summertime camping and been very successful without an under blanket. Instead, what I bring with me is a basic insulated sleep mat. I found that this works really well. It eliminates the need to carry a bulky under blanket with you. because otherwise in the summer you're just going to be too hot. Whereas this takes that chill, that morning chill off, and I've never had any problems with it. It's obviously it's very lightweight, it's very flexible, easy to get in your rucksack. It's just another little modification I've done to this particular sleep system that suits me. But overall, the hammock itself, the SnugPak Jungle hammock, it's very, very good. It's well stitched, it's well thought out, and it's simple. There's nothing about this that's complicated. You can have this up and running in a matter of minutes. You haven't got to know any complicated knots or anything. A couple of carabiners clipped onto the tree hanging system and you're away. So yeah, I think it's a 5-star bit of kit. It offers good value for money, and there are other accessories you can get with it, like your under blanket, your cocoon system. They also do a all-weather tarp. Choice of tarp is up to yourself really. Some people like compact, some people like large, triangle, octangle, all different shapes and sizes. Again, it's personal taste, but they do a matching all-weather tarp that fits this very, very nicely. And does the job. So overall, folks, I like it. I hope you like what you've seen, and thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.